to Upper St. Clair High School for this JV junior varsity match between the Lady Panthers and the Mount Lebanon Blue Devils. We'll set your lineup for you. In the front line, we have Elena Rinaldi on the right side, Maddie Culp in the middle, and Hannah Coggins on the outside, left side. Back row, we have Bryn Foster and libero Liz Hetz. And the setter tonight is Ellie Tetrick. She will serve to start us off. Mount Lebanon's libero bumps it up. Free ball coming over, short. Hetz gets to it nicely. Nice bump set. Nice bump set by Tetrick and a good swing on the outside by Hannah Coggins. First point to the Panthers. It's a nice play by Liz Hetz to get to that short free ball. Ellie Tetrick, second serve. Libero better pass that time. Short middle, set and hit. Was deep. Panthers tried to play it, but were unable to keep it on the court. So, point side out to the Blue Devils. Float serve, drifts just wide on the near side off the sideline from Kelly Donis. And Hannah Coggins goes back to serve with the Panthers leading 2-1. Good deep serve. Nice pass from the Blue Devils. Tetrick saves that little pushover. Coggins swings from the back row, but into the net. Point to Mount Lebanon, and we're all tied up at 2 in the early going here. Number 21, Katie Smith, outside hitter for the Blue Devils, serves it up. Pass, a nice set from Tetrick, and a nice roll down the line, deep corner shot from Bryn Foster. Found the open space. Gives the Panthers the 1-point lead again. Libero Liz Hetz to serve. Right down the line. Nice play by Mount Lebanon to get that ball up. Going to be another free ball over from Mount Lebanon. Hetz with a nice pass to Tetrick. Set to the outside. Bryn Foster again rolls it down the line, same spot. About a foot deeper that time. It actually hit the line, I believe. A little tighter on the margin of error there, but same result. Point for the Panthers, as they take a 2-point lead with another serve from Liz Hetz. This is going to end up as another free ball from Mount Lebanon and actually not even make it over the net. A lot of confusion in the back row there for the Blue Devils. And Liz Hetz with another serve, tips the net. Libero makes a nice pass, quick back set, dumped over. Tetrick digs it. Blocked by Mount Lebanon. Played up. Pushed over. Oh, Tetrick tried to make a play. It was a very nice play, actually, by the setter for Mount Lebanon, pushing the 2-ball over. Found a nice opening down the line. So point to the Blue Devils. They still trail 3-5. They serve it up. Bump set back out to Bryn Foster. She swings into the net. Number 36, Izzy Levine, with another serve for the Blue Devils. Nice pass from Hetz. Set to this near side for Elena Rinaldi. She rolls it deep. Libero handles that easily. A big swing from the outside. And Panthers were in the net anyway, but it was a nice hit. And would have been the Blue Devils' point anyway, but the Panthers were in the net. So we're all tied up at 5 now. With Izzy Levine to serve up again. This one's short and does not make it over the net. Panthers regain the lead the easy way. Number 3, Elena Rinaldi. Back to serve for the Panthers to try to stretch this 1-point lead. This is going to be another free ball over from Mount Lebanon. Let's see what the Panthers can do here. They get a bump set to the outside. Bryn Foster rolls it right to the libero. Quick set in the middle. Nice dig by Lena Rinaldi, but off the court. Ellie Tetrick, excellent hustle. Almost into the stands. Gets a hand on it, but cannot bring it back onto the court. Point for the Blue Devils. And we're knotted up at 6. Number 21, Katie Smith with another serve. Bump set out to Bryn Foster. Another middle set. That's about 4 or 5 middle sets now that Mount Lebanon has run in the early going. We've only had 13 points so far, and they really seem to favor the middle hitters early in this match. Panthers, tried to roll that one to the near side, but it just floated a little bit wide. And the Blue Devils take a 2-point lead, 8-6. And Nora Kogan now to serve. Pass from Hetz to Tetrick, bump set. Nice save by Tetrick on that one. She really had to hustle to get to that. Blue Devils try to dump it over, and Ellie Tetrick roofs that one and puts it right back on their side for the point for the Panthers. Number 4, Bryn Foster, serve for the Panthers. Try to even this up. Oh, the set comes to the outside, and we're in the net again, the Panthers. That time, Ellie Tetrick was a little excited from that roof she had the previous point. She went up again this time and brushed the net. So point back to the Blue Devils. They get their 2-point lead back at 9-7. Number 9, Emma Stanton serves it. Bump set goes out to Hannah Coggins. She rolls it wide. Blue Devils scrambling to play it. Oh my, and they get a little lucky on that one as Panthers were camped right under the net to play it. It tipped off the top of the net right over the Panther who was waiting for it. So free ball works out for the Blue Devils in that case. They take a 3-point lead. Another serve from Emma Stanton. Nice up from Ellie Tetrick. Back set to the far side. Liz Hetz digs it. Bump set out to Bryn Foster. And she tries to swing from that back row. It goes into the net. So the Panthers take an 11-7 lead. And Coach Adam Mitchell for the Panthers calls a timeout. Try to stop the momentum here. Get the girls settled down a little bit. They started off very well, and some of the passing has been a little erratic the last 6 or 8 points. Ellie Tetrick has made some nice plays, running down some of the errant passes and getting the ball up but it's not in the flow of the regular offense where they should be camped out at the net with a perfect pass coming down to her, and she's able to overhand set it right to the outside hitter. A lot of the swings for the Panthers have been coming from well back in the back row. So Emma Stanton will serve it up again for the Blue Devils. Panthers try to stop the bleeding here. There's a better pass and a nice set in the middle. And a good swing by Jamie Stout, but it's deflected off the block. Blue Devils play it, get a swing of their own on the near side by number 21, Katie Smith, but that one goes into the net. So Panthers do stem the tide, get a point. Get the serve for Jamie Stout, number 20, trailing 8-11. Panthers, or Blue Devils rather, just roll this ball over. Pretty easy for the Panthers. That's a better set for the outside. But Hannah Coggins actually made the initial pass on that. She was toward the middle of the court, and so she couldn't quite get to the outside, her favorite outside position, to get a full swing on that one. Went into the net, and Blue Devils get the point. Libero Sophie Lyon, number 35, to serve for the Blue Devils. Floats this one long. Bump set from Tetrick. Rolled deep by Hannah Coggins. And the Panthers get an easy one. Played up, middle set for Maddie Culp, and she has a nice swing at it, but dug by the outside hitter. And set up nicely for number 21, Katie Smith, and she rips it down the line. Good point by both sides there. Probably the best point of the match so far. To get another serve from Sophie Lyon, played by Maddie Culp at the net. And nice bump set out to Hannah Coggins. Off the block, deflected, and point to the Panthers. It's one of the better looks the Panthers have had at a good set and swing there. Ellie Tetrick goes back to serve for the Panthers, trailing by 4, 9-13. Played into the middle and blocked there by Maddie Culp and Hannah Coggins, but the deflection comes on the Panthers side. Nobody can play it. So the Blue Devils increase their lead, the biggest margin of the game, 14-9. Setter Kelly Donis serves it up. Hannah Coggins with a big swing, but that goes way deep. She just did not get over on that ball, roll over on it. Hit it hard, but didn't have that topspin on it to drop it in the back line. And Kelly Donis to serve again. Hatz with a good pass. Set outside to Hannah Coggins. She rolls it right in the middle. Played by Mount Lebanon. Back set to the far side. Good swing. And that drops right in on the near side. Looked like Tetrick had a decision to make on that, and she decided to let it go. Hoping it was going wide, thought it was going wide, but it did just grab the line. So the Blue Devils have built up a 7-point lead now. It's 16-9 with Jordan Rebenek serving. Tetrick sets out Hannah Coggins, a big swing off the deflection, a block. Free ball coming over for the Panthers. Set the middle for Maddie Culp. She has a swing off the block and down on the Blue Devils side. Point for the Lady Panthers. Let's see if they can put something together here. Still trailing by 6, 10-16, with their serving specialist, Hannah Coggins. To serve it up. Goes way down the line. Nice play by Mount Lebanon to get that ball up. They have a swing off the top of the net in the middle, and it rolls right into the middle of the court for the Blue Devils. Point to Mount Lebanon as they retake that 7-point lead, this time 17-10. And the officials whistle us in here. Bryn Foster with a good bump. She gets the set back as her reward. Looked like that was off a block, but played by Libero well. And blocked in the middle by Maddie Culp. Mount Lebanon had a nice swing on that one, but Maddie Culp was up there to roof it back at him. Point for the Panthers. Liz Hetz needs to try to get the Panthers going here as she serves it up. Down the line, played by the Panthers. Bump set, it's going to be a free ball. Libero, nice pass from Hetz. Swing, or set by Tetrick. Swing by Bryn Foster. Bump set on the outside. Hetz, nice diving play there. Set this side for Elena Rinaldi off the block, played by the Panthers. Going to be a bump set, going to be another ball swung on from the back row. Nice play by Jamie Stout to tip that ball over. Hannah Coggins there to cover a dink. Jamie Stout again swings in the middle. Bryn Foster covers that one. Ellie Tetrick sets it for Hannah Coggins. She rolls it deep. Mount Lebanon sets up. Oh, not a smooth play, but they do get it over. And Hannah Coggins does them one better. Mount Lebanon tried to dink it over the block. Panthers were there to play it. Hannah Coggins said, that's a good idea. I'm going to try that. Dinked it over Mount Lebanon's block and found pay dirt. Point for the Panthers to 12-17. Now a service ace by Liz Hetz. 13-17 now. And Liz Hetz to serve again to try to cut this even further. Nice pass set in the middle. And that middle set is just eating up the Panthers. Mount Lebanon is really having their way there. They have a couple of big middle hitters, number 29, Eve Dornbeck, number 13, Haley Sable. Rotate in, take their turns. An overpass by Coggins, and not played well by Mount Lebanon off the court. Point for the Panthers. They cut the lead back to 4 at 14-18. And Elena Rinaldi goes back to try to eat into this lead a little bit more. But her serve goes into the net for the easy point for Mount Lebanon. Mount Lebanon takes the 5-point lead, 19-14, as Nora Kogan, number 26, serves for the Blue Devils. Pass by Hannah Coggins, bumps that out to Bryn Foster. She rolls it. Mount Lebanon had a little confusion there whether the setter, number 4, Jordan Rabinek, was going to play that or somebody was going to help her out. She ended up getting to it late, trying to bump set the near side, but it did not work out. Their hit went into the net. So Panthers back to a 4-point lead, but another service error. That's 2 in a row. And every time the Panthers cut it to 4 and try to work on it some more, last couple times they've had service errors, giving it right back to the Blue Devils, who now lead at 20-15 in this game to 25. So the Panthers cannot afford. Nice bump set out to Hannah Coggins. She has a swing at it. Panthers cover that middle hit, blocked off the deflection. Blue Devils are able to play it here. Middle set to Jamie Stout, blocked, over. This ball is still good. Set to the near side. Oh, and a big swing by number 21, Katie Smith. Takes it off the deflection. Panthers had Ellie Tetrick and Jamie Stout up on that block. I believe that one went off of Jamie Stout. Out of bounds. Point to the Blue Devils. They lead 21-15. And the Panthers really need to put a foot down here. And serve goes long from the Blue Devils. So that's a good first step for the Panthers. A free point to them. Jamie Stout, number 20, goes back to serve. Trailing by 5, 16-21. Panthers really don't have any time left here to exchange points or make any unforced errors. They really have to put a few good points together to cut into this lead. So the officials are ready to go. Jamie Stout serves it up, tipped off the top of the net, played into another middle set. Diving attempt, Ellie Tetrick bumped that dink up, but there was no one to cover it as it came out of the net. So point goes to the Blue Devils. 22-16 they lead it as their libero, Sophie Lyon, number 35, goes back to serve. Let's see what the Panthers can do. Tight pass, and it took Ellie Tetrick into the net. I gotta say, I did not see her. It looked to me like she stayed out of the net, but officials are a lot closer than I am at this, and they called her in the net. Better pass here to Tetrick. She has a nice set in the middle. Maddie Culp swings at it. And that one goes way wide from number 17, Caroline Kovalin of the Panthers. So the Panthers get that point. Ellie Tetrick back to serve, trailing 17-23. This looks like it's going to be a free ball from Mount Lebanon. Let's see what the Panthers can do using it. Set outside to Hannah Coggins. Nice swing and perfect placement on that, right between the libero and number 15, Rachel McKinney. Threaded the needle between those two. Found pay dirt in the deep corner. One of the better points the Panthers have had in the last stretch. And Tetrick with another serve. Let's see what they can do off of this. Tetrick puts this ball up. Help from Liz Hetz. Panthers roll it deep. Blue Devils swing at it. Hannah Coggins dive. And Hetz free ball it, tried to short it. Blue Devils cover that rather. Ellie Tetrick hustles to get that one again. Back and forth, set the middle, and Tetrick with another dig. Oh, but that one goes wide. Great effort by Tetrick on consecutive plays there. She hustled to chase down an errant pass, and then she hustled to dove to cover that dink, but her ball went over the net and landed just wide on the far side. And the Panthers are up against match point here now, and this is a tight set, and Hannah Coggins can't do anything with it. It was just too tight to the net. And Mount Lebanon takes that game 25-18. As they had a big run in the middle of the game to establish a 5, 6, 7 point lead, and it really went back and forth from there to finish out the game. So we will be back in just a few moments with set 2 of this match between Mount Lebanon and Upper St. Clair. And we are back at Upper St. Clair High School for this junior varsity match. Set 2 of the match between the Panthers and the visiting Mount Lebanon Blue Devils. Looks like the Panthers have changed the lineup up a little bit. Samantha Weber is in for back row. Allie Kappert is in as an outside hitter right now in this rotation. And Mount Lebanon will serve things to start off. Pass from Hetz. Tetrick saves it. Hetz free balls it over. Panthers, let me guess, the middle set. And block! Big time block by Hannah Coggins and Maddie Culp. And here comes Allie Kappert in, subbing in for Samantha Weber as the rotation takes her into the front row, takes that position to the front row. Ellie Tetrick, serve for the Panthers with the 1-0 lead. Set to the far side this time, Mount Lebanon. Tetrick sets the middle. Maddie Culp with a swing, blocked, deflected. Panthers play it and rip a big cross-court shot. Excellent placement by number 16, Luciana Polk, right side hitter. Really had a nice angle on that and good velocity. So Blue Devils tie it up at 1. Diving attempt by the Panthers. Either Bryn Foster or Hetz got to that one, and Blue Devils had an overpass, and Maddie Culp said, "Thank you very much. I'll put that one right down." Easy hit for her, and point for the Panthers. Take the 2-1 lead. And it's Hannah Coggins to serve for the Panthers. Blue Devils set the outside. The ball goes out, but there was a touch on the Panthers side. So that is a point for the Blue Devils to tie things up at 2-2. Number 36, Izzy Levine, serves for the Blue Devils. Tight pass, and they called Ellie Tetrick in the net again on that one. That pass was just much too tight for her to handle. Blue Devils take the 3-2 lead. This time, nice push. Very nice push by Bryn Foster. Touches the line on the near side to even things up at 3. Danielle Arendi now rotates into the middle hitter position as Jamie Stout goes out. Maddie Culp to serve it up for the Panthers in this tie game. Tight pass for the Blue Devils, tipped over. Panthers play it. Allie Kappert free balls it over. Blue Devils over, set the ball, and yes, carry on the second touch by the Blue Devils. Officials called a lift on that. So the Panthers take a 4-3 lead with Maddie Culp serving it up again. Dinked over by the Blue Devils. Panthers deal with that. Hannah Coggins has a swing from the back row on the second hit. Set comes over. Oh boy, shanked by the Panthers. And Maddie Culp chases it down but can't bring it back onto the court. She got a hand onto it, but that was unfortunate from the Panthers. They had a kind of an easy pass there and did not deal with it well. This serve goes to Hannah Coggins. She bumps, a nice bump set from Tetrick. Bryn Foster long. There's a touch at the net. They called a touch on the Blue Devils on that one. Blue Devil players and coaches and parents and trainers and probably most of their pets disagree with that call, but all that matters is what the officials call. Allie Kappert back for serve. Back set from Mount Lebanon and rolled over by the Blue Devils. Set to the outside for Bryn Foster. She dumps it again down that line. Played it a little safer that time. That one was inside the line by at least a foot. And the Panthers take the 6-4 lead. Allie Kappert to serve again. Tight pass this time. No, and the Panthers should have been ready for that. Anytime that ball is that tight, there's a pretty good chance the setter's going to try to push it over. Nobody appeared to be ready for that one, though, and the setter dumped it right over into open space. Samantha Weber subs in for Allie Kappert. And number 9, Emma Stanton, serves up for the Blue Devils. Coggins with a nice pass. Set to the outside, and Bryn Foster just didn't have the timing right on that one. Puts that one into the net. And the Blue Devils even the score at 6 with another serve coming from Emma Stanton. Tips it off the net. Coggins dives and gets underneath that ball. I'm not sure how she got a hand underneath it, but she did. Unfortunately, the ball went back under the net. So another point for the Blue Devils. They take a lead in this game, 7-6. Better pass from Coggins this time. Bump set to the outside for Bryn Foster. She rolls it deep. Played easily by the Blue Devils. Bump set to their far side. Number 21, Katie Smith with a big swing. Bryn Foster diving effort in the middle of the court. But the pass went well off the court. And the Blue Devils take a 2-point lead. As they serve it up again. Hetz with the pass. Tetrick out there with the bump set. Bryn Foster free balls it over. Set to the middle. And played nicely by Hetz, perfectly to Tetrick. And a nice roll shot by Bryn Foster, but that's dug by diving effort from the Blue Devils, and they roll it over. The Panthers' diving effort on the same type of ball falls just short. And the Blue Devils take a 3-point lead at 9-6. Another serve from Emma Stanton. This one played by Bryn Foster nicely to Ellie Tetrick. Foster gets the set back and a swing at it, but that swing goes into the net. And the Panthers are on a bit of a roll, or the Blue Devils rather. I'd imagine expect a timeout if the Panthers can't stop the tide here. Bryn Foster has a better approach, jump and swing at that ball. Everything was clicking on that one, or she was off kilter in the last couple. So that one she puts away for the kill. She goes back to serve for the Panthers. Try to eat into this 3-point lead Mount Lebanon has. Set to the far side for Mount Lebanon. Don't believe that ever taught the block either way. It landed back on Mount Lebanon's side. So, point for the Panthers. Bryn Foster to serve again. This one tight, set in the middle, dumped over, and Danielle Arendi with a nice play to get it back. Samantha Weber bumps it, Tetrick sets, and blocked, but out of bounds. Big block by Mount Lebanon, but they were not able to keep it on the court. Ball went out of bounds. Point for the Panthers, and they are within 1 point here at 9-10. As Bryn Foster continues to serve. Nice pass. Middle set. Timing was a little off. They rolled it over, so the Panthers were able to play it. Hetz calls that ball, plays it. Nice middle set for Arendi, and down. Number 13, Haley Sable, was there for Mount Lebanon in the middle to block it, but it rolled off her hands right down the net, landed on the Blue Devils side. So the Panthers have made the run to tie things up at 10. Coaches for Mount Lebanon, Courtney Trumpower and Victor Moraes, call timeout. Try to talk to their team, settle things down a little bit on their side. The middle sets that were working so well in the first game for Mount Lebanon haven't been clicking as well in this game. They've tried them a few times, but the timing hasn't been great, and the middle hitters ended up just tapping the ball over, and Panthers have been able to play almost all of them and turn some of them into points. Tie things up at 10 here. As we come out of the timeout, Bryn Foster will be serving again. And here's that serve for Bryn Foster. Blue Devils set the far side. Big swing by 21. Dug by Hetz. Double hit on the set. Okay, they called 2 hits on the setter for Mount Lebanon there. Number 14, Kelly Donis. Bryn Foster with the service error. She shut the Panthers back into this game, though, rattling off 5 straight points. We're tied up again, this time at 11, as libero Sophie Lyon serves for the Blue Devils. Dug by Bryn Foster, set the middle. Danielle Arendi rolls it. That's dug by the Blue Devils. Nice dig by Liz Hetz on a big swing. Hannah Coggins has a big swing of her own, but that one goes into the net. Number 21 on the far side for Mount Lebanon, Katie Smith, has had a number of big swings. The last few, Liz Hetz has been able to dig. Made nice plays on them. That was not the Panthers' brightest moment there, as a deep serve that looked like they were undecisive about whether to play it or not. Played it, but could not keep it in the court. And this one, another set to the middle. Again, the timing is not there for that in this game for Mount Lebanon. So the Panthers have gotten back to trailing only 12-13 with Liz Hetz serving it up. Set the middle again just rolled over. Played easily. Nice swing by Hannah Coggins. That set was a little bit outside of where she normally likes it, but she made the adjustment and was able to put a nice swing on that and put it into the corner, deep corner, tie things up at 13. That's Liz Hetz serving again. That one drops right in. Mount Lebanon thought it was going long, and they'd let that go, but that dropped inside the line, didn't even hit the line, to give the Panthers a lead at 14-13, their first lead since very early in this game. Liz Hetz, another nice deep ball. This time the Blue Devils don't take any chance, they play it. The set's not as good on the far side for the Blue Devils. They dump it over. Hannah Coggins dumps it back on her turn, and she gets the point, as the Blue Devils are not able to handle that. So Liz Hetz serves it again for the Panthers. Nice pass, set the middle again. Again, just dumped over, but that one is placed a little better right in the middle of the defense. Nobody plays that. A couple players gave the effort, but nobody got a hand on it. So the Panthers still lead 15-14. As setter Kelly Donis serves, and a big swing by Hannah Coggins. Dug by the libero, but well off the court. The point to the Panthers. They regain that 2-point lead. Should be 16-14, and that's what they just changed the scoreboard to. And Ellie Tetrick now will be serving for the Panthers. Try to stretch this lead. Get them a little closer to pay dirt here. Set the far side. And number 16, Luciana Polk, on the far side, just got way underneath that ball, hit the bottom of the ball. It took off on her and floated well long. Another point for the Panthers as they take a 3-point lead. Ellie Tetrick serves again. Nice set. They come the back set here on the near side, hits the top of the net and rolls right along the net, drops inbounds on the Panthers side. So it's a point for the Blue Devils. As number 5, Alyssa Caper, comes in to serve. It's dug by Bryn Foster, set out to Hannah Coggins, overpass. That's by Bryn Foster again, set the middle. This time Maddie Culp has a swing at it nicely. Dug by Mount Lebanon, but not high enough. Setter could not get to it. It's a nice sequence there by the Panthers setting the far side. Coggins had a nice hit. That's dug by Mount Lebanon, but the one ball came over. And then they set the middle. And that serve from Hannah Coggins just floats wide on the near side, giving a point and the serve to the Blue Devils as they trail 16-18. Number 36, Izzy Levine, comes in for serve. She puts it over, dug by Hetz. Set outside to Bryn Foster, has a nice swing at it, off the block, deflected. Nobody for the Blue Devils could play that deflection. Finds pay dirt on their side, and a kill for Bryn Foster to regain the Panthers' 3-point lead, this time at 19-16. Maddie Culp with the serve for the Panthers. Set the outside. Nice swing on that side, but dug by Maddie Culp. Oh, the overpass. Oh, that is a shame. Maddie Culp had a very nice dig, but the ball just leaked a little bit too far over, and Mount Lebanon was able to play it. So they get the point, trim that lead to 19-17. That's number 26, Nora Kogan, serves it up, passed by Bryn Foster. She gets the set back on the outside. She dumps it over, played easily by Mount Lebanon. Set outside, Bryn Foster plays that nicely off the dig by Hetz. Great effort by Hetz to get that ball up. Set goes to the far side again. Hetz digs this one again. Set in the back row. Hannah Coggins has a swing. This ball's coming over, and Danielle Arendi tried to push that over on the overpass, but the net was not kind to her. Got in the way. That's a shame because Panthers had a couple of nice digs on big hits from the far side, but number 9, Emma Stanton. Danielle Arendi helps out here, and that's good. That ball is good. Well, yeah, that ball is definitely good. I'm not sure why Mount Lebanon would have I'm not sure what the officials, oh, they did give it to Mount Lebanon after all. I really can't believe Mount Lebanon did not play that ball and let the officials make the call, but it ended up going their way. They got the call on it. As the ball, Hannah Coggins tried to save on a desperate effort, diving off the court, went outside the antenna. It's a much tougher call to make than any of the line calls because the antenna obviously stops and the ball can go above it. But if it's outside that plane of the antenna reaching all the way up to the ceiling, then that ball is out of bounds. So we're knotted up at 19. Another serve from Nora Kogan. Liz Hetz bumps it. Bryn Foster saves it. Free ball over. And another set out to the far side. This one pushed and a double hit. Double hit called on number 9, Emma Stanton. A little luck go the Panthers' way there. She's been swinging very well from that far side position. That time she had to push it over, or decided to push it over, and got called for the double hit. Panthers regain the lead. A roll this time from Stanton. The Panthers play that one and have a big hit down to get that point. And a timeout by the Blue Devils. as the Panthers have taken a 2-point lead, 21-19. They are close to the 25 points needed here to win this game, send it to a third and deciding set for the match. But the Panthers do still have some work to do. And Liz Hetz appears to have a cut or something on, but she's staying in. And this is Allie Kappert, who served the last point and got it for the Panthers, and she will be, oh, and now the official, I think, has seen Liz Hetz with the cut, or is going to get bandaged up real quick. I guess they're going to hold the game up for it instead of forcing the Panthers to make a substitution. And it's good judgment by the officials, as it only takes about 10 seconds to get it resolved. And we're back at it here with Allie Kappert serving. And that ball goes wide on the far side. Gives the easy point to the Blue Devils. They climb back to 20-21. This will be Emma Stanton, number 9, serving for the Blue Devils as the officials whistle us in. Pass by Hannah Coggins, nice out to Tetrick. Daniela Rendi with the middle hit, dug by the Blue Devils. Panthers do it. Have a middle hit of their own, dug by Hetz. But the Panthers couldn't deal with it after that. Diving effort by Hetz. She put the ball up, but nobody could get to it. And we're all knotted up at 21 apiece, with Emma Stanton serving again for the Blue Devils. See if the Panthers can get this back. Pass from Coggins, bump set. Tetrick and Coggins with a big swing, but dug by the Blue Devils. Back set on the near side. Kelly Jonas, the swing. Little confusion on the Panther side. They free ball the ball over, and confusion on who's going to play it on Mount Lebanon's side. Nice play by Bryn Foster on the deflection. And they called the Panthers Hannah Coggins in the net. 31. Looked like the Mount Lebanon player could have been as well, but they call the Panthers. So point goes to the Blue Devils. They take a 22-21 lead. Coach Adam Mitchell calls a timeout. Tries to set things up for the final stretch here in game 2. And we come out of the timeout with Emma Stanton still serving for Mount Lebanon. Bryn Foster with the pass. Ellie Tetrick gets to it, sets Bryn Foster on the outside. A swing goes long, and point to the Blue Devils. They extend the lead to 23-21 and get ever so much closer to the 25 points needed. Liz Hetz, overpass, dumped down by number 23 in the middle for Mount Lebanon. Sorry, number 13 in the middle, Haley Sable. And this is match point, game point. Oh, and Panthers swing that ball over, set to the far side. Big swing, and it goes deep for the Blue Devils. Katie Smith from that side has been swinging pretty well all game. That one goes deep on her, though. Panthers let it go. They get back to within 22-24 with Bryn Foster back for a serve to try to narrow this lead even more. And that one goes out on the far side as well. So Mount Lebanon takes game 2, 25-22. after taking game one, 25-18. And this match is over in a sweep to the Blue Devils. Stay tuned for the varsity of these same teams coming up shortly.